Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for today's video. I wanted to talk to you about the narcissist and their trauma. So let's jump in. When you meet the narcissist and after you get past the love bomb phase, you get into devalue mode. And when you get into devalue mode, what you start to realize is they're going to start to treat you like a child sometimes, or sometimes like a parental figure. It's as if they are replaying their past childhood. They don't want to deal with their childhood, but they want to reenact it. They want to reenact it, and they want to make it to where they're the perfect one now, as like the parent that treated them bad, and they want to treat you like the child. Or sometimes you'll feel like the parent giving them all kinds of advice and direction and treating them as if they're your child. It's the weirdest thing. It's as if they're just stuck in this arrested development, and it just recycles over and over and over, and it never ends. But if you think about it, when you don't process your emotional thoughts because they refuse to, and what it causes is it causes this circle to occur. If you don't process something, it's going to keep recycling, you see. And so that's the price you pay, because this is kind of like a sinful thing. As much as people don't want to look at it like that, you can look at it however you want. But when you're doing something that is outside of what God kind of ordained us to do, it becomes like a sinful act. It's either, at the end of the day, things are either going to be godly or evil. None of us are going to be perfect. So like we say all the time, we sin every day, all the time. We sin a lot, often. Unknowing, unbeknownst to us. But when you start to get into habitual things of sin, it becomes somewhat cursing because you're recycling it. And when you don't process thoughts, they're still running around in your head and in your body. And that it's pent up trauma. So if you just continue to not want to process it, you're continuing to block it. And just it builds up all this hatred, bitterness, and jealousy because you're not dealing with it, and it's still recycling year after year after year. And this is how the narcissist gets worse, because then they get more added to it. They get all kinds of trauma and stuff, and jealousy and bitterness and rage is what it turns into. And then what happens is there's resentment because it's never getting resolved, and they're ruining their life. And that's really because they sacrificed their true self, and that's what made it a continuous cycle. You can't process thoughts. You could when you had a true self, but then when you sacrificed your true self, you left the original thoughts just spinning, because you only have a false self. So those are still spinning for the rest of your life, and there's no way to get out of them. So they're spinning because you're nothing but a lie now. You're the false self only. And this is something that they spiritually accepted. But when they accepted it, this is good, y'all. When they accepted it, you're not going to hear this anywhere else. When they accepted it, those thoughts got stuck spinning around in there, because the only way to get rid of it first was to have your true self, and then have to accept to process it and let it go. Now that's where the redemption would come to any of us. But they were spiritually deceived to be tricked into accepting the lie. And when they sacrifice their true self, they just can't get it back. So the only way to process it would be to first have all your anatomics, and then be able to have your true innate core, which is what the Bible would call your spirit man. And your spirit man would use your tools, which is your mind, will, and emotions, to process it with the Holy Ghost, the help of the Holy Ghost. But the Holy Ghost is what empowers and saves your spirit man to empower and save your soul, soul, which is your mind, will, and emotions, and to bring into captivity the negative things of the flesh, the negative desires of the flesh, so that you can walk in your spirit power and not allow the flesh to control the mind, will, and emotions, and to control the spirit man, because when it doesn't have the Holy Ghost, it's weak. But if you don't have a spirit man at all, it starts there. And I believe the spirit man and what leads to the spirit man is the 9 fruits of the spirit. That's the main canal, the main chamber that goes from the mind, will, and emotions to the spirit man. Now, when you shut off the mind, will, and emotions channel, that pathway, it dies. So then you're just kind of, when they say the narcissist is like an autopilot, they almost don't even know what they're doing, just walking in their own delusions, doing the same thing over and over and never learning. It's because they got these things, these processes that are spinning, but there's no way to process it anymore. The processor is broken. It's broken. Pieces of it have been closed off, so it died, and that's what happened. They shut off, what they did is they shut off the 9 fruits of the spirit, the channel that goes to their innate spirit man. When they shut that channel off, it sacrifices, or it puts to death. It puts to death their true innate self, their innate spirit. And that is when they were taken over. But they still have those emotions that are unprocessed, and unprocessed emotions is unforgiveness. And unforgiveness is a gateway and a doorway to demon spirits that enter and have rights. So that's what I believe happened. And so they're always repeating and trying to making them perfect and play the role that now they are the abuser and you are them, the abused. And that's why you see these different roles being played out. And that's why they continue to play them out over and over. But it starts out as you being perfect, because you're going to save them, you see. You're going to save them. Because they're looking for this perfect person that's going to fix all their issues, but it's not going to come from a person. It can only come from God, but they made a deal that is irreversible. So that's a real quick one for you. But thank you for watching. If you can give me a like, subscription, and a thumbs up. Love you all till next time. Soldier up. Peace be out.